morning, everyone. I am pleased to discuss what I believe is a key ingredient to economic resiliency in urban communities. And Compton's recovery story is really rooted in focusing on those that society usually puts the lowest value on, our reentry population, and really putting a high level of investment into making sure that those people get back to work. Compton is no stranger to challenges. When I took office in 2013, our crime rate had hit a spike with 38 homicides. Today, we have experienced a 58% reduction. Also, our unemployment rate was triple the national and state average at 18%. Today is just under 8%. The photo that you see there is actually our gang intervention program, and as a result of me really reaching out to various leaders of gang groups within our communities and asking them to just send some representatives so that we can talk about the future of our city. And this is one of our mini meetings where you see the men assembled here in a circle, and I asked them just point blank, what can we do to improve the level and the quality of life in our community, and what could I do to assist them with reducing violence in our community for the benefit of our young people? What they discussed with me is what most people need in order to survive, which is a decent paying job. And so as I knew that we had several new development projects coming down the pipeline, I set out to create job training programs specifically tailored toward removing obstacles and barriers for our reentry population to be employed. One of the aerial that you see here is a 1 million square feet light industrial complex called the Brickyard, which will be home to 2 e-commerce facilities that will create over 1,000 jobs for Compton residents. This particular project it began in 2013, and what we did was negotiate community benefits agreements, which totaled almost $9 million. For the first time, Compton had actually enacted community benefits agreements that I had the opportunity to author, but we also tied these community benefits directly to the development agreement, which gave our agreement more teeth and actually got the results that we desired for our community. And totally, within the city of Compton, we're 10 square miles. We're located just south of Los Angeles. We're about 8 miles east of Los Angeles International Airport and also north of the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach. And so we're located strategically in the center of Los Angeles County. So this aerial that you see is really indicative to the Southern California region. And the impact and significance of this property was second to none because in California, especially Southern California, most of Los Angeles is built out. And so this was one of the largest opportunity sites in our region for new development. And I'll talk a little bit about our community benefits agreement. There is a summary of all of the specific line items that we negotiated, but in short, we made sure that the local truck trips actually paid for the wear and tear on our streets with tariffs. We also included funding for a local hiring program specific for this project. Many of us that have worked in the development field understand that general contractors, subcontractors often say that they can't find skilled workers. And so what we did was made sure that we began the training process early and very specifically to this project. And I'll go a little bit more into that later. And we also focused on making certain that the training was offered to our reentry population that also went through job training, pre-job training, life skills, and leadership prior to being admitted onto the job. We also had several $1 million of public improvements for our streets. 2 major roads were reconstructed. Also, a major avenue will be significantly enhanced, and that construction is actually has already commenced and will begin for the second phase at the end of this month. We also made sure that there was drought-tolerant landscaping, and this particular complex is actually LEED Silver certified, so we also included environmental components as a threshold for our development. And if you would like to know more about this specific project, you can go to comptonbrickyard.net. What I believe is essential, and this is a photo of Eddie. He's one of our gang intervention workers that actually works on this development site. And I was touring the site about a week and a half ago, and I ran into Eddie. And I asked Eddie, how did he feel with working in the city of Compton? And I'll let him tell you via this video. But the biggest thing that I want to focus on at this point is that economic growth, combined with connecting your disadvantaged population is really prosperity for all. And resiliency is really interconnected, and it really focuses on making certain that we don't ignore the least, but we incorporate them into what we're planning to do within our community. And I'll let you all hear a little bit from Eddie on how he feels with being returned back to the workforce.
I feel good working, through the city of Compton, for the city of Compton, making warehouses for other people to come in and get jobs. I feel real good about this. To get up in the morning and get off and go to the other thing. I mean, it's a job.
Awesome.
Other doors gonna open after this.
Absolutely. And this is Eddie, one of our original Compton Empowered founding members, on the job in Compton, doing great things. We're so proud of him.
And I'm very, very proud of Eddie. And we have many like him that are actually returning back to work, working in the construction field. I'm also going to discuss a little bit of, oops, didn't mean to go back there. But I'm going to also discuss some of our new initiatives. And most people remember Compton from NWA, the height of rap music. And that was 25 years ago. And so just to give you all some context about Compton today, 25 years ago, Compton had 125 homicides. Last year in 2015, we completed the year with 13 homicides. And while one life is definitely too many, we're strategically working on focusing on reintegrating our gang intervention and gang population into our economic success. We also are pleased to announce a new performing arts center, which is a partnership with Dr. Dre, and also a new movie theater and entertainment complex in the city of Compton. We also have a casino. We have an airport that Mr. Fallows can fly into if he has an opportunity and maybe see the entire region because we are strategically positioned. And we also have our own community college, water table, our own school district. We have several aerospace industries, light manufacturing, logistics, and so Compton is really rich economically, and what we're focusing on is connecting those job producers to our residents. And right at the height of the recession, Compton had an unemployment rate of 20%. When I took office in 2013, we were just at 18%, and today we're just under 8%, and that's really important to focus on those people that are not only disconnected from the workforce, but that would really like to re-enter the workforce. And so we focused our job training development specifically for our residents. We've had several job fairs that we actually require that our employers let us know how many jobs they have available so that we know how many will be there on site. We also had specific re-entry population job fairs, which is really important to make sure that those that may have had a criminal record can still have hope and opportunity. And so I'm really pleased to be able to serve the city of Compton at this time. And one of my newest initiatives is Measure P, which is a sales tax measure that will generate enough revenue to pave every single street in the city of Compton, add additional lighting, re-enhance our parks, and also focus on providing city services in a new way. And so that's coming up on the June ballot, so follow us and see about that success. But the biggest thing that I like to point out about that sales tax measure, that it just isn't about public improvement, but it's really about focusing on how do we create an economic engine for resiliency in our city with local jobs. And I'm pleased to have authored a local hiring ordinance in our city, which mandates 35% of all public improvement go to Compton residents. We also negotiate per development project of how many local hires, and I can tell you that we've doubled and sometimes tripled our own expectation with the number of residents that are working in the city of Compton. And so every dollar that's generated in the city, I make certain that we can create a multiplier effect as an economic developer. And so I'm really pleased at the future of Compton. And the next 4 years, I'll be focusing on really reinventing our downtown, which used to be home to several major retailers and was really an envy of the Los Angeles region. So look out for the future of the city of Compton. Thank you.